What's the saying? When it rains, it pours? Well, I think I've come up with a new variant for me and my personal trading in the world's largest casino, aka the old stock market, where I can't help myself from degenerately trading options. I guess the new saying is when you lose a lot of money, you might as well put in the effort to lose all of it, because if you watched yesterday's update video, you know I got cooked to the tune of $30,000. And I thought I came up with a brilliant plan to make it all back. And if you saw that video, you know my positions. And if you paid attention to the market today, you know that I guess I'm playing the game of when you're in a hole, you're supposed to stop digging, but I'm playing the game of why not keep digging? Because I don't know, I guess I like the way it feels. So here in this update video, I'm gonna be completely transparent and share everything that I did today and how the positions are. And I wanna add on the fact that I added 2 new positions because I guess I'm somehow trying to get out of this hole. So as always, wait till the end of the video and I want you guys to be my harshest critics. Did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? Did I get it kind of right, kind of wrong? Or am I just straight up stupid? Feel free to call me what you want, but I do ask to wait till the end of the video. And with that being said, here's what's going on. So by the time the closing bell went bing bong ding dong for today, Thursday, August the 7th, I was in pain. Dow closes more than 200 points lower Thursday in a sharp reversal. In reality, not much happened. We're still building out in this overall channel on the S&P 500. We gapped up higher, and I was actually really stoked about that. Gapped up about 0.5%, and by the end of the day, we closed down, well, basically break even, not that far from the all-time high. That was pretty much true in the NASDAQ as well. Technically, we closed green in the NASDAQ, and Bitcoin is getting a breakout. I was watching this little consolidation zone, kind of this fake out breakdown, finding support up to 50 EMA, and now I'm targeting this down sloping trend line. So kind of watching that, little bit of optimism there, currently trading at 117,000. That's the larger picture. Intraday, here's how everything went. Pre-market, we were looking amazing, and then we puked all day until about 2:15, and then finally, the bulls decided to wake up and act as if something was going on. If you look at the heat map of the S&P 500, it was pure Christmas. There's some green, such as Apple. Remember the big deal with Tim Cook and Trump, and they're investing billions of dollars back into the US, and even things really with their overseas production going in the favor of Apple, and then other things such as Eli Lilly because of earnings getting its teeth kicked in. So as I showed you, the most of the session was pretty brutal, and it was really because of options. You can see that the delta was dropping all day nonstop, just down and down and down. It was call selling, put buying, and both of those things remove positive delta, add negative delta, delta dropping all day, as and so was price, and then finally that stopped and we saw a little bit of relief. But it wasn't just the S&P 500, the Mag 7 as well. And I'm going to come back to this in a second, but I do want to point out that around power hour, about 10 minutes before power hour, the Mag 7 actually started to pop. And I could show you here, it was an extreme amount of call buying. So keep that in mind because it's going to be important in a second. But I do want to cover the major of the news of the day, which was pretty much nothing. You might be sitting there thinking, okay, like why was there so much selling for most of the day? Stagflation concerns ripple through Wall Street as tariffs hit. We're starting to get some of the numbers on tariffs, and apparently people are afraid of this deer-like creature. They think the stags, I think it's honestly just a fancy deer from Norway or something, or reindeer, maybe it's the one with the glowing nose. So they're afraid that deers are about to run the market. And then other than that, Trump names herein, whatever it is, to fill seat on Federal Reserve Board. I don't know if this has anything to do with the market. It might not. The jury's out on it. That's not the picture of a guy who loves what's going on. So maybe the market's a bit concerned about that. Speaking of the market, let's get into how the positions are. Yesterday, I went through all of my list of what I care about. We're going to look at price structure, higher highs and higher lows, or lower highs and lower lows, or consolidation or expansion. Right now, we still have higher highs and higher lows. So that is a check in favor of the bulls. Even this, higher high, higher low, overall structure, higher highs, higher lows. With reference to momentum, we have positive momentum. We're still on top of all the major EMAs. So price structure is strong, price momentum is strong. Not as strong as I want it to be. I wish it was at a new all-time high, but nevertheless, it is still bullish. Looking at the flow, well, the flow today wasn't the best, but if you look at what's going on, remember the yellow blocks are calls, the blue blocks are puts for tomorrow, Friday, and for all of next week. all the yellow blocks are bigger, as in it's all call dominated. So, okay, the option structure is still a little bit more bullish than bearish. And I do also just want to show you this. Remember, these are the large players. Well, Monday they were buying, Tuesday they were buying, Wednesday they were buying. Today, not so good. They were selling a little bit. So I do want to point that out. That's not so good. I would say this is one thing that does favor the bears. So that's something to consider. But overall, I want to look at a little bit more in depth of where things are at. So the SPY closed out at 632. 632. We are right where my cursor is, as in we almost got knocked down, but then we found support at this positive gamma node. So that is good. We're at a base. I don't want to see that crack. If anything, I want to see that hold and then maybe a push up to 635. So it's a little bit questionable, but overall decently good. With respect to the Qs, we closed out at 569. Once again, the support's at 564. So granted, it could be better, but it's more of like, I want to see the snap of 570 so we can push it to 575. So I'm really looking for the breakout of this negative gamma node at the Qs right there. All right, so with respect to that, if you saw the video from yesterday, you know my positions. I'm holding the same one. I'm in the SPY. I wish I had it a little bit. Overall, I am down 4%. I'm down $438. Hey, it's options for August 22nd. I should let you know that I'm not worried about that at all. I still have a lot of time, and to be down 4%, hey, it is what it is. Granted, I wish it was very green, but this is just the honest truth of the situation. Some people ask me, why was I not playing it for earlier? Well, folks, I've never met a consistent 0 DTE options player who's actually net profitable over the course of their career. Yes, you could have some success one day, one trade, 1 week, 1 month, 1 quarter, maybe even 1 year, but even that is stretching it. All the people I know who do this for a living, big money comes from big trends. And to catch a big trend, inherently it's a function of time, and you need more time. So with that, I actually still do have some green on TQQQ, especially because the NASDAQ closed in the green today. So up about 18% on that, about 3.8K. So those are the two positions I carried over from yesterday, looking pretty good. But I do want to let you know, for the exact same reason that I covered yesterday, options flow, price momentum, price structure, and large players, I added 2 new positions today, and I would love to get your thoughts on it. First one relates to Bitcoin. Price structure. Higher highs, higher lows. We just in the very short term made this fresh low, but look at this breakout. Now we have higher highs, higher lows. We're above the EMAs. Great. Price structure, price momentum, both favoring the bulls. Looking at IBIT, this is the biggest ETF for Bitcoin, ripped into close. So I'm seeing some delta enthusiasm there. Buying calls, selling puts. And even this, if you're looking at IBIT, it closed out at 67, as in right above. It's kind of looking like the Qs, where we have this support just below us, and I'm looking to rip out the next wall at 67, and then from there, really 68, and see if it can push to 70. So that's one of my new positions. Specifically, I played it on BITX, which is a 2x leverage Bitcoin ETF. I got some questions of why do I play these leverage ones? I don't know. I'm a degenerate. I like how it feels. If I'm right, I'm really right. If I'm wrong, I'm really wrong. I like the horrible emotional roller coaster of highs and highs. I don't know. I should ask my therapist why I do this. But hey, nonetheless, I'm already up 4K on it, up about 21, 22%. And I also added this position, hood. Pretty evident. Higher highs, higher lows, technical breakout. So it has positive bullish price structure, positive bullish price momentum. Looking at the flow today, popped in the morning and a little bit of pop in the close. Okay, I like that. And then also with respect to Robinhood, what I'm seeing here is as long as it's above 110, we're looking pretty good. And guess what's that? 111. So we got above all this positive gamma, which means we get to roll down the mountain. And I'm actually targeting about 118, 119. So across the board, whether you're talking about the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, Robinhood, or even Bitcoin, same thing across the board. Not as much as I liked it yesterday, but everything still holds valid. Positive price structure, higher highs and higher lows, positive price momentum above all the major EMAs, and a supportive options network. So the only thing that I would say is like a knock on this, at least in my opinion, the way I look at the market, is the fact that the large players were sellers today, but hopefully they have a bit of a better attitude tomorrow. So we're gonna wait and see, but those are my positions. That's what I have, and I forgot to show you Robinhood right here, 115, August 22nd, giving myself time, because why? Big money comes from big trends. If you want those huge returns, inherently it's a function of time, and though you could technically see it in a 0 DT, it is much more common to see it in a large swing position. That's just how time works. Don't take it up with me, take it up with Stephen Hawking. Anyway, August 26th, 115, and I'm already up 2.9K on that. So I'm up 2.9 and 4.2 on the two new positions. One that I swung from yesterday, a leveraged NASDAQ play. Once again, I like the pain, up 3.8. And then right now, the only one I'm down on is down 800. So those are my four positions. I want to be honest. I want to be transparent. I was a lot more excited for today. And right now, I'm a little bit discouraged because there wasn't that follow through. But hopefully, it's going to be a nice payday Friday. That's what I have for you. I'd love to get your thoughts and opinions. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I misplayed it? Should I have repositioned? Should I have added on? Let me know in a comment below. Let's grow together. That's what I have for you. I appreciate the good vibes. I'll catch you in the next one.